In October 2006, Canadian Forces search and rescue personnel teamed up with the Air Force, Navy, Canadian Coast Guard, Canadian Red Cross, local police, ambulance, and hospitals to conduct a major training exercise designed to improve their coordinated response to a large-scale emergency.
This exercise is going to give us an opportunity to exercise what's called the Major Maritime Disaster Plan, or MAJMAR. And we're going to get a chance to deal with a very large ship, a large number of people, and making sure that we can deal with that situation and coordinate with the different agencies that we need to coordinate with and get all those people to safely ashore to appropriate authorities. Yeah, the Canadian military brings quite a lot to the table. On the air side, we have, of course, the Search and Rescue Squadron, 442 Squadron, located in Comox. And at all times, 24/7, 365, they have one Buffalo fixed-wing aircraft and one Cormorant helicopter. And I think the thing that really comes to the table is that 24-hour-a-day coverage and the ability to use the search and rescue technicians. And the kind of capabilities that they bring to the table is pretty extraordinary. They don't have a parallel, certainly, in the civilian side of the world. So the ability to reach out and either hoist down or parachute in SARTACs is an incredibly huge piece that the military brings. As well, on the Navy side, always resources such as the Ready Duty ship that's available to respond to marine instances, to assist with the Coast Guard in dealing with marine situations.
In the vicinity, are requested to proceed immediately to assist the ferry clean arrival.
Something like this is something we have been dealing with for as long as search and rescue has existed in Canada, which is a good long time. Certainly we're trained to respond to finding something first. In the case of a large ship being in distress, obviously the finding of it is not the issue, but the rescuing of it certainly would be. So, for example, the Buffalo could be flying top cover, providing a communications platform, overseeing of the actual area from the air. The Cormorant helicopter will be bringing in the ability to hoist people off of the ship directly who are in immediate need of medical assistance and who needed perhaps to be flown directly to a hospital. We would have that capability to pluck them off the ship, bring them right to medical facilities. The people who are less injured or not injured at all, they could be evacuated onto a boat, perhaps a Coast Guard boat, perhaps a naval vessel, brought ashore in that way if the time is not as critical. Search and rescue is such a team effort, and that's really obvious when you look at the crew of an aircraft trying to go out, usually in bad weather, because typically the bad things happen in bad weather. They want to get the job done, and they'll pull out all the stops and then some in order to save lives and reduce suffering, which is the mission of search and rescue in this country.
It's very rewarding, and it keeps you much more, I don't know if motivated is the right word, but to know that today we could get called out to go and do stuff that we train for all the time, instead of just training for it and not actually putting it into practice. It makes your training that much more in your face, so to speak. And it's definitely a good feeling to go out and use what you learn to help people, for sure.
I think it's a worthwhile exercise. I want to say thank you to anybody that was involved with the volunteers. The volunteers did a fabulous job. We were really impressed.